Kelly from Loch Briar Knits, coming to you from a semi-cloudy, semi-sunny Sunday afternoon. This is episode 19, I think. I think it's 19, we're almost at 20. And you would think after that amount of podcasts, I would finally have my intro down. I don't. As you can see, because I'm going to say this right up front, okay, wait, I'm literally precariously balanced here. My renovations for the office are not 100% complete. So I have myself shoved in a little corner here by the window. These are the drapes. Look how well they match the paint. Like, this is awesome. And I'll hang them eventually. So, let's get the administration out of the way first. I don't think there's any administration. Where to find me? Here. Instagram, I'm really active under Kelly L. Boyce, and I'll put the little information here, but it'll also be in the, usually have it in the down bar with the show notes. And the show notes are also over in the Ravelry group, which is Loch Briar Knits. And Facebook page is Loch Briar Knits, and the Etsy shop is Loch Briar Knits. So I think that's everything. That's the main things. That's where we're most active. But really, Instagram, I'm super active over there, and I usually try to keep my Facebook page active. And I check out the Ravelry page every couple days too. So if you got stuff to go in there, like there's an Ask Me Anything thread. So yeah, so that's where to find me. For any new viewers, thank you so much for joining us. And for any returning viewers, welcome back. Glad you guys keep coming back. And our numbers are growing kind of steadily, so that's really awesome. For any new viewers, I am a knitter, a published author, and I have a day job. So yeah. That's about it. I live in Nova Scotia, Canada, right near the ocean, with my husband and our golden retriever, who once in a while makes an appearance, but is usually in sloth mode by the time I do my podcasting. So I think he's actually sleeping kind of right outside the office right now. So he may make an appearance, but I don't think he's going to fit back into the corner I'm sitting in right now. I literally have a little bookshelf, and it's like this far from me because my chair keeps rolling on the laminate flooring, which is not something I considered when I went with the laminate flooring. Anyway, so what am I drinking? I'm drinking a different one today. I think it's called Mint Refresher, but I don't know how minty it is. It doesn't taste like peppermint, but it's like super hot right now, so I'll burn my tongue if I try to drink it. So yeah, so this has been a bit of a crazy 2 weeks. I think I had mentioned in my last podcast that my grandmother had just recently turned 101 years old. So she's been steadily declining over the past year once we moved her out of her home that she had lived in for 70 years and had to put her in nursing care. And so there's kind of been a steady decline. So she passed away on Tuesday, and it wasn't a surprise. We knew it was coming. It was just a matter of, you know, what day? 101. I mean, honestly, people, the history that woman has seen, wow. 101. Really. That's amazing. So she passed away on Tuesday. We had the funeral yesterday, which is my normal podcasting day. So it's now Sunday, almost Sunday evening. So this is going to be getting up a few days late, clearly, depending on how fast I can get the editing done. And yeah, so I think that's everything for administration. I think it is. Anyway, I have been, honestly, it has been SOCK-A-PALOOZA over here. I'm knitting a lot of Christmas socks for people. And I'm starting to panic a little now because I have a lot of one socks finished, but I don't have the second sock finished. And then there's one pair I haven't started at all. And then there's another pair I've just started. And there's a hat that I still have to knit. So yes, why don't we just jump right into whips? Because I do have a hoe. Yes, I have a hoe, and I think that might be it. I have no faux. I showed you guys the northern shawl, which was my freer fade that I knit for my sister who was going up to Iqaluit for work for 10 weeks. So she left on Wednesday wearing her scarf. We exchanged our Christmas gifts because she's not going to be home for Christmas. We exchanged our Christmas gifts on the Saturday before she left, Saturday or Sunday, Saturday. And so that we could open our Christmas gifts, you know, with the other person there. Because we've never actually had a Christmas apart before. And this is going to be a first. And I'm kind of like, meh. But it's going to be, I think, a little harder on her because she's up in Iqaluit all by herself, and her kids and husband will be down here spending Christmas with us and the rest of the crew. And unfortunately, I think she's actually working Christmas Day, which I don't know. I don't know if that'll help. Maybe that'll help, just so your mind's not on it quite so much. But anyway, here nor there, she wore her scarf, loved it, and I do have a picture. I think I posted the finished object. I put it out on a chair and kind of spread it out, so there's that. I think I did that for that one. Maybe I didn't. Too late now. My sister took actually a couple pictures, but she couldn't fit it all in the frame because of the size. But we do have one. And I'm going to insert it here of my niece Maggie, who is my my sister's middle daughter, well, only daughter, middle child, which everybody likes to call my mini-me. I posted a picture of her up on my Instagram wearing the scarf, but I'll stick it in here for anybody that didn't see it, and that kind of gives you a sense of the what it looked like. I knitted it using the Fleece Artist National Parks colorways from their Canada 150 celebration, and I used the northern colorways, so the Yukon, Northwest Territories, and Nunavut. And yeah, so but that was my finished object from last week. So I think I did kind of hold it out and give you guys the look. This is kind of a boring background. When I have pictures hanging, it's going to look so much better. And the curtains, I literally hung that there so there was a little color on the wall. And also because I wanted to see how well the curtains looked. And I'm super stoked about the curtains. I bought the curtain rods. What else did I get? Got the curtain rods today. We bought the baseboard today. I have to paint that when I'm done here. And then my husband's going to install it. And then once the baseboard is installed, I can start putting the furniture back together. I'm going to put crown molding on the ceiling as well. Well, not like on the ceiling, but you know. But that's going to be a summertime project, and I'll see if either my brother-in-law, if he wants to do it, because he's a carpenter. If he doesn't want to do it, our neighbor next door does handyman work, and I think he does crown molding. So, also, this may sound a little echoey today because there's really nothing in this room to buffer the sound. There's no carpet. That's the other thing I have to get. I have to get a little throw rug or something. Anyway, whips. Here's this is my hoe. This is my Christmas sock for my mom, and I did this on Fleece Artist, which my messy cake. This was their 80/20 cottage sock base. And I don't know, it didn't have a colorway, but so, you know, Christmas socks colorway, that's what I'm calling it. So I did, see if we can get that to focus. There we go. That's, I did the Eye of Partridge heel, just with the heel flap gusset, which is my normal thing. I did the, I knitted up until I had 12 stitches left in the toe, and then I just Kitchenered the toe, and I did a 2x2 ribbing, maybe like, I don't know, what's that look like, 1.5 inches maybe? So these, her feet, and this is small, but she has small feet like me, and I tried this on, and it just fit me. So I'm a little worried it might be a little tight in the toe. So what I'm going to do, and I hope this works, we'll find out, is that I'm going to soak it and block it on my bigger sock blocker, which I don't know if I have here or not. No, I don't. I don't have my bigger sock blocker here. But yeah, because I think that will kind of stretch the foot out a little bit. But I really love how this, it's an 80/20, so it feels fantastic. But I love how the colors blocked out, like they, I don't know, I just love the way it pulled and is spread out. And then when you get to the heel, see if I can just kind of show it here, it gets a little more stripy, and same with like the toe. So I thought that turned out really nice. And I actually have another skein of this, so I'm gonna knit myself a pair, but not before Christmas, because I'm starting to get stressed about all the Christmas knitting I have to do. Yeah, so that is my hoe. That is my only hoe. And I feel like I have been knitting so many socks, but that's the only actual finished object I have. However, my socks for my niece, which I think it was last episode, I had the last episode or the one before that, I had the hoe, and then I had probably down to about here on it knit. So I was almost ready to do the heel, and I have not picked those up again, which is stupid because I was like, oh well, I should do these ones because I will be ready. Then I'll have another, like I'll have a faux for the podcast because they're almost done. And then instead I cast on like a pair of socks for my brother. So that's it. That is the one and only finished. My hair is doing weird things today. Okay, so this is the one and only half finished object. So yeah. I like knitting this though. I loved watching like how it was turning out. So it was actually a pretty quick knit. So I'm going to soak these and block them, this one, and see if that works. And then start in on the next one. But obviously not the only sock I've been working on. So let's see. Oh yeah. Okay. So I showed you these ones, and this color is totally getting blown out because it's actually a bright green. It's sort of a Kermit the Frog green, I call it, with sort of little hints of neon popped through it. So it's totally blown out here. So this is my sister-in-law's Christmas sock, and I was a little concerned that it's too big, the opposite problem from my mother's. Now she has fairly bigger feet than I do because I've got like stupid puny feet. And I think she wears a size 7.5 or 8 shoe. And my sister wears like a 7, 7.5. So I got my sister to try them on before I started the next one. And she had a little like room left at the toe. So I think it's going to be okay. I mean, I was measuring it, and according to to how many inches your foot is if you wear like a size 8 shoe, it's pretty bang on, but I don't know, they just seemed really loose to me. And they're even loose in the sock blocker, so I don't know. So anyway, once I had my sister try it on, I started the second one, and I was knitting this. We had to drive to Truro, which is like about an hour out of Dartmouth, where I'm from, or where I live, not where I'm from. So I started knitting that on the way there, and I got that much done on the way there and back, and I wish you could see the green, because it's really, really, it's really nice. So I thought because of the bright green in it, it would be a good Christmas sock. So again, I'm doing it's just a plain vanilla sock. The ribbing on this one is, I think, almost 2 inches, which is usually what I do. The Christmas sock, it's a little shorter. I don't know why I did that. Maybe I just got tired of going 2x2 ribbing. I don't know. Anyway, it's all hit or miss. So yeah, so I've got these started, and this will give me sock 2, and that will be the first, depending on whether I get my niece's sock done. This is her first finished sock. And I'm a little further along on hers than I am on these. But these are like, I find what I've been doing with my socks is I knit until I'm ready to start the heel, and then I sort of need quiet time to kind of do the heel and then the flap, heel flap, and the shaping of the gusset, just so that I don't miscount and screw things up and get the shaping wrong. But it's just the last month has just been so crazy busy and insane, and just like one thing after another, that I haven't had any quiet alone time. So I've got a lot that are started, and then I'll get them down to the heel section where I have to start, and then stop, and then start another one, because I can do this, you know, like on my own, and with like distractions. I can do this watching TV, I can do it in the car, not while I'm driving. So, but this is knit on, I think this is the Hypercolor shirt colorway from Fiber for the People, and I'm pretty sure this is the 80/20 sock base. I don't know if I have the feeling around in the bag. Stitch markers. No, I don't have it here. But yeah, I think it's her kind of, her sock base, the 80/20. I could be wrong. But, and I'm knitting these in my Knitter's Pride. I like these, but sometimes I find the joins here get a little catchy on the yarn, and I have to sort of push it through. So I have a couple of pairs of these, and I'll use them but I think these would probably be, you know, kind of not my first choice, maybe my last choice between my Addies, my Chagoos, and these. So that's in my loop bag, which I have several of these. So that's in there. I love these. They got like the drawstring, and then of course they just like, seriously, you can shove that in your purse. It's perfect. I love it. And where's the other one? Here's the other one. This is where my the Christmas sock for my mom was in. This one has the hens on it. I'm gonna throw that back in there too. Yeah. So, oops. Hello. Clearly. Okay. So that's that. I'm going forward again. I need like brakes on this thing. Okay, wait, stop. Put my foot down. Okay. Put my foot down. So this is my other one. That's where my Christmas sock is in. Those are from my local yarn shop, The Loop, which so I love these bags. I have 1, 2, 3. I think I have 4. Yes. No? Yes. I can't remember. I think I have 4 of them. Because they're perfect for holding your socks, hats, anything like that. So that's that. Oh, and then I did cast on another pair of Christmas socks. Well, here's the story. Here's a sock story, because we haven't had a sock story in a little while. I cast on a pair of Christmas socks for my brother, and I did these ones in my Reaper colorway on the MCN yarn, which is much plumper than my sock yarn, but I went up in stitch count and I put it on my LYKKE needles, LYKKE, whatever, you know, which are 2.25, which is US something. I don't know. I don't know the US things. US 1.5, and it's 2.5 millimeters, sorry. So I'm knitting along and I get about this much done, and I'm looking at it thinking, I think it's going to be too big. Like, I literally think it's going to be too big. So I kind of was hemming and hawing, like, do I just hedge my bets? Maybe it won't be. But yeah, I think it may be. So I frogged it, and I started again with a different yarn because I thought it was more Grinchy green. Not my my brother's a Grinch, but it was one I had done up, and it's actually, again, it's a brighter, more of a Grinch green than what's showing up here, and it's got like little black flecks speckled through it. And this is on my Twisted Sister BFL base, so it's 80/20 blue-faced Leicester and 20% nylon. And I just did like the, I don't know, maybe 1.5 inches, 2x2 ribbing. I'm a little worried these might be too big. I'm gonna have to, I tried them on my leg, and clearly my leg's not as big as my brother's leg. So I think I'm okay. But I think I'm just paranoid now. Like, I don't know. So I was just like, do I frog another pair? Because you know what? I've only got a month left, and I have a lot of socks I need to knit. So you know what I think I'm gonna do is I'm going to actually stop this here and start making the heel, and I'm just gonna give them to him and call them slouchy house socks. And then if they are a little too big, it'll be justified. So, because they're slouchy house socks, so they're supposed to be a little looser. I don't know. I'm hoping that they're not too big, but I don't know. But I don't have time to frog another pair, so I'm literally just gonna hedge my bets and hope for the best. So that's my other pair of socks that I cast on. So right now I have my these socks. So I have my brother's socks, which are only like a quarter done. My niece's socks, which are about, I'd say 2/3 of the way done. My mother's socks, which are half done. My sister-in-law's socks, which are a half and a bit done. I still have to knit my nephew's socks that he wanted done in orange. So this is one that I had done up. It was just a tester when I was doing for a Halloween knit, but it didn't come out quite as bright as I wanted. So I didn't put it up in the shop, but he really liked it and he loves the color orange. So I'm going to do his socks out of that, and that's on my BFL as well. So that's it. I think that's it for what I've got on the socks. And then my other nephew wants a hat that's in camouflage. So I have to dye that yarn and then get that started. But that's not going to take too long. I find hats, I can do a hat in a weekend. That's not a problem. I'm running out of weekends. That's the problem. So, is that everything? I think that's everything for socks. But, and I know I shouldn't have, because I have a lot of stuff I have to get done for Christmas. But I really wanted to start on the Old Vines shawl from Knox Mountain Knit Co. I did it, people. I did it. So here's the thing with I had the yarn choices up last episode, I think. Yeah, last episode. And I had 4 skeins of yarn, which I didn't bring down with me. And I was helped me choose the yarn. So a lot of people really liked the Handmaiden in the kind of deep purples. So, or burgundy, more burgundy, wine. And that was the one I really liked too, so I was actually leaning towards that. But then I looked at the yardage and it was 300 and some, and the pattern calls for 400. So I thought, you know, I don't want to play yarn chicken. So I chose one of the other ones, and the one I ended up choosing was Sea Glass. Oops. Check this out. So this is Sea Glass by Fiber for the People, and I love this colorway. It's got a lot of muted colors in it, but then you get, and I don't know if you can see it here, there's sort of like a bright pop of, really it looks like sea green. But then the ones that I find I really am liking when they show up is this great kind of aqua tealy blue color. So this was the Downy sock base, which is I think 100%, yeah, 100% superwash merino. Yeah. So that's, and it's 490 yards. So this is gonna be more than enough. So what that means is I've started a new shawl, and this is on, I actually went down a needle size because I didn't have, I forget what's the needle size they were asking for. I don't have my glasses on for this, or I'm just going to be squinting up a storm. So this is a pay pattern on Ravelry, and it is so easy and fun, and like it's knitting up so fast. So you do it on, yeah, they ask for 400 yards and a 3.75 millimeter US 5 40-inch circular needle, or size needed to get gauge. I don't do gauge swatches for shawls. So, but let me see if I can get this to, actually, hang on. So it's called Old Vine, and it's Knox Mountain Knit Co. I think that's focusing. That's what it looks like. It's got a picot edging down here, and it's got some like garter and stocking stitch here, and then of course the kind of lace detailing there. But it's really a quick knit, like really quick. And I can probably finish this in, I could probably finish it in about 2 weeks if I might be able to finish it in 2 weeks, but I'm thinking I should probably give the socks, the Christmas gifts, the priority. But I had to go down a size because I think I've got 3.5 on here, and I'm using my Chowgu interchangeables. Do I have? Yeah, 3.5 US 4. So this is what I've got done so far. So this is what I have done so far. So you can see like the great, like little pops of color in there with the blue and the green, and then it's just got a soft like gray background, and there's other little specks of color as well. But let's see if I can get this to stretch it. So that's kind of there we go. You can see sort of like some of the lace detailing here, and then the side panels will look like that. But it's really, it really is. It's really a simple knit, and I love it. I love how it looks. I love just kind of the ease of it. I'm going to be making some more of these, and I think what I may do is over the year is do some up for friends, because they're a perfect stash buster. It's an enjoyable knit. It's going to look really nice when it's done. So yeah, and that's in my Canada Day bag. So that was my new well, not really my only new cast on, because I had all of the socks that I had to cast on. Oh, the stress of Christmas knitting. Why do I do this every year? Okay, so that's that. What is this? Like, I don't know what my hair is doing today. It's like going floppy here. It's going like in here instead of flipping out like it usually does. I don't know. It's like, oh, it's podcasting day. Let's make you look as odd as possible. So here I am looking odd. So yeah, so I kind of, when I need a break from the socks, because really between this, like, and the socks, that's all I'm working on right now. So it's kind of a nice break from the socks, and but I think I'm gonna have to be taking fewer and fewer breaks from the socks, because I've got to get that done. So that's it for whips. So what's next? What is next? Acquisitions. I was fairly moderate in my purchases this month. 2 weeks. I bought 3 things. I bought 4 things, but 1 thing hasn't arrived yet. So, hang on. Okay, seriously, I am so pleased with this acquisition, and if I could actually sit still without rolling away, we'd be all set. So, the bags that I get from my local yarn store, these ones, are like one of my favorites. But I now have a new favorite, because they have branched out, and now they're making larger bags. Honestly, I love this. I love this so much. So first off, it's super roomy. So I actually had 3 of my smaller loop bags put in here and was carrying it around and knitting on whatever sock I felt like at the time. So it's got the drawstring, and the inside is this like lovely green. Outside, look at the birds. Isn't that pretty? I love that. It was the first one I saw when I walked in, and I just went, oh! And then apparently I made a Grover sound from Sesame Street. So it's got like a nice kind of, not burlap, I don't know, canvasy kind of bottom to it. There's a little logo on it. And then handles. Like, honestly, I want to use this for a purse. But here's the great thing. You can fit a whole bunch in it, and if you only have a little in it, you can just pop her down and do. So, and really not that expensive. Like, I've paid twice as much for large bags, and this is so well made, and it is perfect. It could not be more perfect. I love it. So, this is my new favorite purchase. And I really want to go back and get some more. But yeah, I love this. It fits so much, and yet it's got these handles, so it's so easy to tote around. And honestly, you could throw your wallet and glasses and whatever else, and, you know, and your knitting and everything in here. One-stop shopping. So that's my new one. So what I ordered that hasn't arrived yet is I ordered a large version of the bento bag from Fringe Supply Company. Because I wanted to. Only I did it in the red and white stripe. So it's the large, it's kind of, I guess, the sweater size, not the medium, which I think is like maybe 2 skeins, but the bigger one. So that's on the way, it just hasn't arrived yet. And this, honestly, this is to me is one of the best things I've bought in ages. I love it. But, oh yeah, and not, because you need something to go in the bag. One of my favorite yarn dyers is LYKKE and Lace, and I have probably the vast majority of their colorways in my stash, but there were 2 that I didn't have, and she had a new shipment come into the loop, so of course I had to pick the 2 skeins that I didn't have up. So this is the Marsh Lily, and it's on her 80/20 sock base. So look at the colors. Like, I love this. And it's so soft and plump feeling. Like, it almost feels like an MCN, but it's 80% superwash merino and 20% nylon. So, but it's 100 grams, but it's 365 yards. So it is a plumper, like a plumper yarn. I love it. So that was skein number 1. That was that's Marsh Lily. And then skein number 2 is Seashells. Oops, let's see if I can. So it's got like the blues and kind of the corals down here. And then on this end, it's got some speckling and the sort of really muted pinks here and yellow. And just look at that, like it's just so pretty. And again, this is on her 80/20 base, and it's 365 yards. So this will make like a nice, both of these will make nice warm socks, which I think is what I will do. And 365, that'll be probably, just leave a little left over, not a whole lot like when I have the 400 skeins. So that was it. That was it for the purchases. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot. So this here is going to be for my husband's, this is the other thing I have to knit. My husband's scarf for Christmas. This is from Fleece Artists. It was the Manitoba National Park, and I can't remember the name of the national park, and I don't have the little thing in there to tell me. But this was the Manitoba colorway, and I designed a pattern for him, which is basically going to be some garter stitching, and then a panel of stocking stitch, another panel of garter, another panel of stocking stitch, and then a cable kind of coming down the middle. So I gotta get going on this. At least for this one, I literally have up until Christmas Eve. And then I can just wrap it and throw it in. So that I've got to get going on. I really should probably get started on that soon. Oh, why do I do this? Why? Why, people? Why? And that's it for acquisitions. So it's kind of a small acquisition. What else? Oh, in the queue. So that was in the queue. That's in the queue. We're really all over the place today, aren't we? That's in the queue. My nephew's socks, and I'll put those in there with those. What else? Oh yeah, I have to dye the for my other nephew. I have to dye the yarn and then knit a hat. And honestly, if I only get the scarf half done, I'm gonna wrap that up for my husband, and he's gonna be okay with it. He's a good guy. He'll be like, don't worry about it. Yeah, when you get it done. Okay, 2019. I am going to try to have it done for Christmas, though. But I think my main push right now is going to be my sister's kids, my niece and my two nephews. I want to get theirs done. And make sure that they get theirs, and my brother's socks, because it's going as part of his stocking gift, and because he's so hard to buy for, I can't not have those done, because I'm running out of ideas for him. I'm like literally running out of ideas. So, oh, and my mom, because that's part of her gift, and I don't know what else I'm getting her, but she's pretty easy to buy for, so I can figure it out. And my sister-in-law, if I can't get her socks done, I'll just buy her a gift. And that's that. I think that's it. Am I forgetting stuff? This seems like it's going to be a really fast episode. So what's left? Total randomness. Yeah, well, I guess we kind of covered the renovations. I'm really excited to get this done. And then I think what I'll do is once it's all pulled back together and I get the IKEA furniture that I bought kind of pulled together and everything's set up and the curtains hung, then I'm going to try to do a little video tour 360. And then, yeah, what else is going on? I do have shop update. I don't really have a shop update because I did that last weekend. I did a shop update on the 18th, so there's still stuff left in the shop, so go have a look. Right now, I have a Black Friday sale. It's not Black Friday anymore, but I put the sale on and then I extended it to November 30th, so it's 20% off. If you buy 2 skeins or more, you get 20% off your order. So that's going on right now. So pop on over to Loch Briar Knits Etsy shop and go have a look at that. And what else? I think that's really it. Oh, I am a huge Western fan. Like, I loved Hell on Wheels. I love Deadwood. I love like the Clint Eastwood old spaghetti westerns. I love westerns. I've written a few western historical romances. And so right now, my husband and I have started watching Godless, which has like Sam Waterston, Jeff Daniels. I'm totally blanking on her name, but the one from played the oldest daughter in Downton Abbey. Some hot guy whose name I don't know. But they've got like all of these fantastic characters. We're on episode 4. It's a limited release, so I think it's not going to be like a continuing series. It's just whatever amount. Here's the beginning, here's the end, we're done. And I think there's 9 episodes, I want to say. So we're on 4 right now, and it is really good, like really good. So definitely, if you like dramas or westerns, check it out. And I think that's it. I think that's all that's going on. Told you about my grandmother passing away. My sister is gone off to Iqaluit, and yeah, I think that's it. I think this is going to be a short episode. It feels short. So yeah, once we get this place pulled back together, I'll give you guys a little tour, and I might show snippets of it on Instagram as well, so you can check out my Instagram account and just see what's going on there. And I think that's it. So I may be able to get this up in a couple days, because I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of editing to do, because I don't think it's gone on very long, and I think my husband just came home. So this is a good time to sign off. So to all you returning viewers, thank you so much for checking me out. And new viewers, thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll come back. And if you hit the thumbs up, that helps get the word out, which is really helpful. And I think that is about it. So before I start babbling about nothing, I will let you guys go and tune in 2 weeks' time for episode 20, and hopefully I'll have some socks done. So until then, happy knitting.